So as soon as my son was injured in football with his collarbone, the first person I knew I was going to call was Dr. Noonan. And that's based on the experience that I had with him and the whole process. Hunter is a fantastic athlete, fantastic football player, and I know he has a long career ahead of him. And I know this could be a traumatic injury, being that it was a collarbone. And I was more confident in Dr. Noonan than anybody else that I could possibly call. So my first call without hesitation was to Dr. Noonan and his staff.
Typically with adolescents and youths, unless the fracture is significantly displaced, we choose to treat most clavicle fractures without surgery, which in his situation we did.
We had a couple of decisions after speaking with Dr. Noonan. We evaluated the situation, we evaluated his age and where he was at. And the decision was made based on the particular injury he had to his collarbone was to go ahead and let it heal on its own. So Dr. Noonan put it in a sling, obviously was out of football, missed the remainder of the season, his 7th grade year, and we knew there was a possibility of re-injury, and we were willing to accept that risk as opposed to surgery at that young of an age. So we went ahead and proceeded with that, and with realistic expectations, which we love about Dr. Noonan. Always sets realistic expectations as far as recovery, possible re-injury, etc. So we were very pleased with the evaluation and his decision that was made along with us to not have surgery at that particular time.
The second time the injury happened, I caught a stop route. I got past the corner and I was one-on-one with the safety. I got tackled and I landed on my shoulder. And from that moment, I kind of knew the feeling from the first one, just what it felt like, and I knew, yeah, my collarbone's broken again.
Hunter re-injured his collarbone as a freshman in high school in spring football. Ultimately, it was a shock to his mother and I sitting in the stands to know that this injury had reoccurred. Without even talking to anybody, we immediately knew that it was his collarbone based on how he landed on his shoulder. Before we even could almost get into the urgent care clinic, we were actually on the phone with Dr. Noonan and his staff. Dr. Noonan immediately scheduled an appointment for us, and we were in his office the next day.
In Hunter's situation, to try and allow him to participate fully back into football and as quickly as we could in his situation, we elected to perform an open reduction and fixation of the fracture. We made an incision, I put the two ends of the bone together and secured that with the plate and screws.
Up until this point, Hunter just finished, or is about to finish, his high school sophomore season. Finishing his sophomore season is something I was unsure that he was going to be able to do after his injury in spring football. He's taken hits, he's hit the ground hard, he's done a lot of different things that for the first couple of weeks in the season we kind of cringed. It was a little nerve-wracking. Everything has held up great. And we're very excited to get him through the playoffs and into his junior year.
With playing football, like I said, I feel a lot more confident in my game. I don't have to worry about injuries, about my collarbone breaking again, because it's secure after Dr. Noonan performed that surgery. And I just feel great after that.
As a physician, that's my ultimate goal, is to be able to see a patient return back to what they enjoy or love doing without any restrictions after a severe injury.